fish in the mount of Ketu, money triangle forming here, or the mystic X that is forming here. We are going to explain this auspicious sign that can be formed together in your hand or one by one, maybe only one at a time. Then also, what is the significance, and if all the three signs are there in your hand, what impact that will give you, and what positive thing that you can achieve in this timeline if you have all the three signs in your hand or at least two of them. So, which one is the best and which one will give you more benefit, more success in your life, that I am going to discuss in this video. Om Ganeshaya Namah, Om Bhagavan Shishatasabhabai Namah, Om Suryaya Namah, Om Shanishaya Namah. Viewers, welcome to my YouTube family. My name is Astrologer Dr. Suvajit. If you have not subscribed to my channel, then I request you to subscribe, like, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you always get the future notification of my videos. If you want to have the pen consultation from me, then also you can contact me. Contact details are given in the description box using WhatsApp or email and Telegram. Now, you can see in the screen that if I have any of the signs or you have any of the signs, what will be the most positive impact? First of all, for all these three signs, what is the most common factor that should be there? That you have to understand it very well. I will try to explain it in a very easy way so that it does not confuse you anyway. First of all, you have to check your fate line. As you know, the fate line can start from the mount of Moon and goes to the mount of Saturn. Now, fate line can stop in this area or this area or this area. Generally, you will get more benefit only when the fate line goes to the mount of Saturn. As you know, this is the mount of Saturn. That is very important. That is the first foremost thing that you have to see, that whether the fate line is reaching the Saturn mount or not. If it is reaching the Saturn mount, then you are in a very safe side. Of course, suppose your fate line is starting and coming up to here, then also it was okay, because maybe after some years or after, because of the actions that you are doing, it might change and things will be changing, definitely, for sure. There is no doubt for it. So, that is the other thing. Now, fate line is common for all the explanation that I am going to do. This is the first thing. Now, if your fate line, in place of starting from the mount of Moon, as you know, this is the mount of Moon, in place of that, if it is starting from the lifeline like this and goes to the mount of Saturn, then what happens? This is the two difference that is more important to know. First of all, it is very much sure, quite sure, it is almost 99% surety it is there, because most of the thing that I have seen all of my client hand in the last 18 years, this is the fact, this is the explanation, the experience that I am going to share you. Now, if your fate line is starting from this mount of Moon, then you success, all your explanation that I am going to do now will be far away from your birthplace. There will be more chances from the foreign country, or else from a far away from your birthplace, maybe 200, 300 or 500, 1000 kilometer far away from your birthplace, maybe from one state to another state, from one country to another country, that is also possible, if it is starting from this mount of Moon. Okay. Now, in place of that, if it is starting from the mount of Ketu, like this, from the lifeline, then what happens? Then your success will be within India and mostly from the job sector. But if it is from this mount, from the mount of Moon, then chances are there that it will be from the business sector. Now, this is the basic explanation that is there. You have to understand this first, and then now what I am going to explain, that you need to consider as per the fate line that is starting from your mount of Moon or from the mount of Ketu or the lifeline. Is generally, for both the cases, it is positive. There is no negative for that. For some cases in your hand, it might get result before 30 years, and it might give a result after 30 years, based on the things that I will discuss now. Now, you have to see that where the fish like structure is formed. Now, fish like structure can be formed here like this, There should not be any defects, any like this, there should not be any defects. If it is defect free, then fish sign always signify unexpected money in your life. If it is in this mount of Venus, means inside the Venus mount, then more chances that you will get success from your job. Time to time, before your 30 years of age or before at the beginning of your career, you will get a very good success for the first 5 years, and mostly from the job. And if the fish like, suppose you are 50 years of age, then what happens? Then this is not applicable, right? No, it's not like that. Whenever the fish like structure is there, it always has the effect. There is no need to worry that the effect will be less after 30 years. It's not like that. It will always keep on giving you the good effect, always will give you the positive effect whenever the fish like structure is there. This is the first thing. Now, if you are doing the job, then very often you will get the promotion, you will have the growth in your career whenever the fish like structure is forming in this mount of Venus, including the mount of Ketu, because this is the mount of Ketu, as you know, and it is attached to the lifeline, as this is the lifeline. So, that is also there. So, now if your fish like structure is not forming like this, but it is forming like this, suppose okay, I will give you more better idea. So, suppose this is the fish like structure, this is the lifeline, right. Now, fish like structure is forming like here. It is possible, right. I will use some other color, so that it is more distinct and visible, like this. As you know that this is the mount of Ketu, and also the part of the moon is here. So, now your success will be from business mostly. Now, if you are doing job, then it is advisable that if you have any opportunity to do some type of business, then you should do it, because that will give you more success, more unexpected money, more fame, more fortune in your life, to grow in your life. And whenever the fish like structure is there, you have to always check that whether the fish like structure is pointing towards the mount of Sun or mount of Saturn or mount of Jupiter or mount of Mercury. If it is pointing, suppose if it is pointing towards the mount of Mercury, then the advantage of that Mercury mount will also be there, means the features, the characteristics will be included in the fish sign. So, that is the second thing that you always need to see, and this is the first sign where I am going to where I have explained the benefit of the fish sign. Okay. Now, whether you are doing a job or business which is suitable, you can take care of that. You can decide which will be giving more success, and if you need my help to analyze the hand, then you are always welcome to contact me. I will definitely try to guide you in a better way, so that you can be a better person in terms of success. Of course, you will be a better person. I am not telling about the characteristics, I am telling about the success, the career growth, the finance, the income, the relationship, everything. So, that would be good for you. So, this is the first sign of the fish like structure. Now, we will come to the mystic X and the money triangle. I have explained many videos money triangle, but here I am explaining the reason. One is the comparison, and second is in a different way, where you will get the benefit, because in the beginning I have told you that fate line has to be considered, because without the fate line you will not be able to judge the characteristics. So, fate line is very important. Now, suppose your fate line is going like this and going to the mount of Saturn like this, and another line is forming like here. So, it is forming like a cross right here. So, cross always gives a unexpected success also, in the way that fate, fortune, name and fame suddenly grows. Generally, the X like structure, like mystic X like, cross like, mystic is also called a cross. Generally, cross except the here, except this mount, except this position and the Jupiter, nowhere is positive. Now, you have to consider this mystic X. This mystic X should be in between the heart line and the headline. As you know, this is the heart line and this is the mind line, right. So, it should be in between, it should be here. So, whenever it is here, then only it gives more positivity, nowhere else except the Jupiter. Now, what it will give you? Suppose you are in a sleeping state, that means that you are trying to build your career, but you are not getting success. That X will give you the push up, will give you the opportunity to take the decision at the right time with a confidence. and that confidence will be continued for rest of the life, because the X, mystic X, generally gives result for 20 years at least. Now, there are two things that you have to consider. Generally, I'll clear more here so that it is more visible. Suppose this is the X, right? Now, as I have mentioned in couple of videos, that this is the portion where generally, in general, 35 years of age is calculated, and this is 55. Now, you may ask, okay, mystic X will give the result in between 35 to 55. It is not the case always. If it is 35 to 55, that means from 35 you will have a very, very good growth, right? But that should start before. So, generally it has been seen that from the age of 25 to 27, less than 30, you will get the result. Within the age of 30, the mystic X works awesome, starts working. So, this is the age that you always have to consider, that from this time this starts to work. Now, your age is suppose 45 or 65, then what will happen, whether you will get a benefit or not. Generally, the mystic X result are always positive all through the years. Generally, this is the 20 years of period where it will give the maximum result, where you will able to get a more property, success, foreign growth, everything. So, here it's around the age of 45, in the middle of the intersection point, this point. So, you have to consider in that way. If you are unable to calculate the time, the age time, you are always welcome to contact me. Now, as I have mentioned in the beginning, that if your fate line is starting from which sign and what will the benefit. Now, here plays the role, important role. Now, if you see that this fate line is starting from the mount of moon, that means the success will be far away from the country, whatever the explanation I have given for the mystic X, far away from the country, far away from the natal plan, from your birthplace. So, that is the one thing. Now, if your mystic X is forming like this, then your success will be in the birthplace or within the country. So, that is the second thing that you have to consider in this second sign description. Now, most important is the money triangle. People always say they have the money triangle, but they are not getting the money they are expecting. Why? What is the problem? If money triangle is there in everyone's, and there should be reason that you will get the success all through your life, why you are not getting the success? I will tell you in the last that what is the reason and what may be the reason. First of all, you have to understand the money triangle, how it is formed. First of all, it is formed with the fate line. This is the fate line that should go to the mount of Saturn 1. It is okay that if it is not going up to here is also okay, but it is going, if it is going up to here, it's much better. Also, you have to check the money the mind line. This is the mind line that should be there, and any line, any hypothetical line or the business line or the Mercury line should come out from the life line and goes to the mount of Mercury. So, this is the third thing that should be there. So, this is the mystic X that is formed here. You can see this is the this is the money triangle that is formed. So, now money triangle always gives a very good flow of money all through the life, because of the technical things, because of the logical and practical mind that you have, because of the fortune and the luck that has been given because of the fate line, and because of the intelligence and the communication and the impressive power and the convincing power that you have, that you will be able to deal with, will give you more success in your life from the money triangle. Now, if the money triangle is starting, if the fate line is starting from the mount of moon, it signifies the same thing, means the success will be far away from the country, and if it is starting from the lifeline, then it will be in India. Now, if you can see that if it is starting from the fate line, from the mount of moon, the money triangle is quite small, right? This is the quite small. Now, at the same time, suppose the fate line is starting, suppose from the mount of lifeline and goes like this. Now, you can see the area of the money triangle is bigger than the other things, than the fate line that is starting from the mount of moon. I mean to say that whenever your fate line is starting from the lifeline, it gives more wealth and fast result. If it is starting from the mount of moon, It will give you success away from the country, away from the native place, but a little slow, because whenever you go to suppose some other place to start your business or do like that, it gives a little slow result. But when it starts to give, it always keeps on giving. And this is money triangle also gives the benefit all through your life. Maybe some people will say, okay, this will give the benefit up to 35 years of age. Like suppose this is the portion where this is the portion. Suppose this is the age, this is the intersection point where it is 35 in general. Means then people will say, okay, I will get the success up to 35. It's not like that. You have to calculate this mind line also. Because mind line starts from here, from its 0. Suppose it is 80. So that means from this point, suppose this is 25, and this is 55. So when 35 to 25 to 55, almost 30 years. Then again also the calculation of this line is also there. So there are many ways to calculate the things. So you have to see which are the lines that is more beneficial to you. You have to see. Now in summary, X gives the fate, fortune, and the boost of the opportunity to get success. So that is the one thing of the X, mystic X. Now second thing is the fish-like structure. Fish-like structure gives the unexpected money, very good fortune in terms of business and job. And money triangle always the money. So money is the main concentration of the money triangle. So you should be very lucky enough if we have all the three signs. Now you have to see which are the sign, which is the sign that is giving the most benefit. Now people will ask me that whether they are getting, why they are not getting the success as per the explanation that I have given. Now for that you have to check many things in the hand, like you have to check that the sun mount is good or not, sun line is good or not. This is the sun mount, so sun line is good or not, prominent or not. You have whether you have a good Jupiter mount or not, whether the Mercury Mercury mount is good or not. So finger length you also need to check like this. So there are many things, many factors that has to be considered before going to the analysis. So whatever the signs that you have in your hand, please comment in the inbox so that I can also know what are the signs that you have and what are the results that you are getting, so that I can make a more fruitful video in the future. And hopefully you like my videos and will share with your friends and families. If you have not subscribed to my channel, then I would request you to subscribe, like, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you always get the future notification of my videos. Stay happy, stay fit. Thank you.